So I wanted to talk a little bit about the "You Clap For Me" video that has been doing the rounds, and it's bloody awful.
So, it's finally happened.
That thing you were afraid of.
Something's come from overseas.
And taken your jobs.
So obviously what they're getting at here is the comparison between a nationalist sentiment towards immigrants and the coronavirus.
Made it unsafe to walk the streets.
This line would have been a lot more interesting if they'd have had one of the Pakistani rape gang perpetrators saying it.
Kept you trapped in your home.
A dirty disease.
No comment.
Your proud nation gone.
This one really irks me. There's mockery behind these words. This is mocking the sentiment of the British people who are concerned or worried about replacement migration, which is, of course, a legitimate concern.
But not me.
Oh, so please, tell me, what's so special about you?
Or me.
Or me.
Or me.
No, you clap for me now.
You cheer as I toil.
And there it is. There is the reprehensible idea that white indigenous Brits are held up by the hard work of immigrants, as if we never managed without them somehow.
Bringing food to your family.
You mean like that one video of that hand sanitizer price gouger?
Bringing food from your soil.
So British people are incapable of farming. But it's nice that you recognise it as our soil and not yours.
Propping up your hospitals.
I'll make the same point again. Just because you get imported as cheap labour doesn't mean that the British people are incapable of working in the healthcare industry.
Not some foreign invader.
No comment. Easily exploitable cheap labour.
Teacher.
Indoctrinator.
Lifesaver.
Job thief.
Don't say go home.
Go home.
Don't say not here.
Not here.
You know how it feels for home to be a prison.
You know how it feels to live in fear.
So do all the girls getting gang raped by migrants, or old ladies whose homes are unrecognisable.
So you clap for me now.
No, I definitely do not.
All this love you are bringing.
But don't forget when it's no longer quiet.
Don't forget when you can no longer hear the birds singing.
Or see clearer waters.
That I cross for you.
Are we really going to go there? Because I don't think a single immigrant has come to the UK thinking, oh, those poor indigenous Brits, they need our help. Did you have the British people in mind when you came here and reduced the cost of labour? Sorry, I must have missed the part where there was an international effort to help Britain during a humanitarian crisis.
To make lives filled with peace.
And bring peace to your life too.
What exactly has you coming here done for us to make our lives more peaceful? Absolutely nothing. In fact, if it wasn't for mass immigration, I think the British people would be a lot more peaceful and better off.
Come, all you Gretas.
You Malalas.
You immigrants.
No solidarity for the British people, only for the invaders. You, white British people, shall never be able to hold your heads high as a collective. You shall always remain in the shadow of the industrious brown amalgamation of immigrants that comes here solely for your benefit.
See what we have learned.
It only takes the smallest thing.
To change the world.
It only takes the smallest thing, an aeroplane ticket, for us to change it back again. All in all, I hate this video. It is utterly demoralising to all the British key workers. If you're a native Brit, you get a 2-second mention at the end and that's it. You, native Brit, must bow down to all the immigrants who burden themselves with the backbreaking task of saving the nation from certain destruction. This video was an utterly dogmatic display of devotion to diversity. It's disgusting, demoralising and downright dog shit. So let's have a look at the people who organised it. Darren Smith, who wrote the poem, and Sachini Imbildenia, who decided to make it into a video. From the Huffington Post. Once again, we were rethinking what makes an essential key worker and cheering on those first, second, and third generation immigrants that we now depend on once more. Why do we depend upon them, Darren? Is it because our government turns its back on the British people in order to import cheap labour? Not that we will ever need to depend upon these foreigners, but greedy capitalists and our tyrannical establishment will make sure that we do. When plenty of people are applying for jobs to work on farms, and our government imports swathes of Romanians to do those jobs instead, and certain farms choose those Romanians over the British applicants, I can safely say that we, the working class white Brits, do not depend upon this imported labour. If we can make sure that we all remember that feeling of inclusiveness, tolerance and goodwill once we escape the clutches of coronavirus, then the film will have done its job. So we have this laughable self-hating white cuck who, instead of being concerned for the lives of, say, for example, elderly British people, he's more concerned with the well-being and feelings of immigrants and making sure we aren't mean to them. Boo-hoo, Darren Smith. Alright, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.